Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Devin, and I am back for another edition of What's Up Wednesday. Last week, we talked about what it looks like when we are doing progressive overload. This week, we're going to talk about what it means to deload. So, what is a deload, right? You've been working hard in the gym week after week after week, and then maybe all of a sudden you notice that you're starting to hit a sticking point. It could be something like a plateau where the weight's not moving up anymore. You've been adding in the progressive overload metrics, but it's just not moving. Maybe your recovery is slowed down. You're getting more noticeably sore after each workout, or you find that it takes longer for you to alleviate soreness in between workouts. So let's say you hit legs on Wednesday, and usually your legs are sore Thursday, Friday, maybe into Saturday from a pretty heavy leg day. And then by Sunday or Monday, Tuesday rolls around, you're good. Wednesday, it's leg day, you're ready to go again. If you get to the point where that following Wednesday, your legs still aren't fully recovered, or even the Tuesday prior, it might be time for a deload. So let's talk about what that looks like. Deloads are a good idea when, again, you've hit a sticking point or you notice that recovery is just not happening. Typically, every 8 to 10 weeks, maybe 12, depending on how hard you train, is a good idea to take a look at deloading. And essentially what I like to do for deloading, or what I recommend for my clients, is to get into the gym and back off the weight about down to 70 to 80%. If you're somebody that works in RPEs, let's say you typically work at an RPE of 7 or 8, I would drop that down to about a 5 or 6. So get into the gym, use about 70, maybe 80% of the weight that you would normally use. And I usually say pick about 4 to 5 exercises and 3, maybe 4 sets of 10 to 12. We're not looking to take anything to failure. We're looking to simply get in, get a good pump, and get out. The idea is we still want to drive the nutrients into the muscle. We want to facilitate blood flow. We want to move things around, but we're not looking to necessarily break them down as harshly as we would outside of a deload. So what that would typically look like for me on a chest day is I would do some variation of flat bench, whether it be dumbbell, whether it be barbell. Typically, if it's dumbbell, I would drop down to maybe 105, 115, and I would just knock out 3 sets of 10 to 12. Again, if you feel like you're getting close to failure, back off the weight a little bit more. The goal here is not to push hard, it's just to simply get in, put a little bit of strain on the muscle, but not a lot. We want easy recovery, and we want kind of an active rest, so to speak. Dumbbell bench, from there I would move into maybe an incline, either dumbbell or machine or barbell. Again, 3 sets of 10, 4 sets of 10. From there, looking at maybe some cable flies, a little bit more ancillary or auxiliary work than I would typically do. So maybe 2 main lifts and then 2 auxiliary lifts. So for back, something like a wide grip lat pull down, some type of row, and then get into, reverse flies, just something that's more of the auxiliary. So do that for about a week. Now, nutrition and everything should stay the same. You don't want to manipulate too many variables while you're doing this. So take it a little bit easier on the training. Nutrition stays the exact same. And then when the next week rolls around, I see a lot of people make the mistake of trying to ease back in to where they were at. My personal opinion is come back hard, because what you'll notice will happen is you'll get kind of a springboard effect. If you take the time to kind of go, your deload week, and then you ease back in on 1 week, and then you try to get into it, you're not fully utilizing the nutrients, the deload as best as you can, in my opinion. So what I like to do is take your deload week, and then when that week is up and you're ready to get back into the gym, go hard. Go harder than you probably would the week prior. Your muscles have now had a full week of recovery. They've still seen a little bit of weight and some movement, so it's not like you took a week off from not going to the gym, and they're primed, right? So now you're ready. It's kind of like stretching back a rubber band. So usually, you're pulling a rubber band in both directions. Eventually it's going to snap. If you let go of one side and you start to pull it back, Now you're going to be able to launch that forward. And that's kind of what we're looking at doing. What are some of the signs that you want to look for when it might be time to deload? There's the physical side and the mental side. So for the physical side, generally, if you notice you've plateaued, so maybe you're increasing in weight and then all of a sudden you've hit a sticking point week after week, you've tried different types of progressive overload, whether it be more reps, whether it be shorter rest periods, but you find that you're just not getting the same results, that's one indicator. And one of the biggest that a lot of times people overlook is recovery, right? We get so focused on go, 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 go. Let's not forget that your body grows at rest. The purpose of being in the gym and breaking down the muscle is so that during recovery, it can grow back stronger. So we actually grow during rest and recovery. And if you're not recovering properly, then you're not going to see the proper growth that you would expect. So as soon as you start to notice your recovery slipping, keep an eye on that. There's a few mental as well. So if you get into the point, and we all have those days where we don't really feel like going to the gym, but if you get to the point where mentally you notice you're just not focused, you're not able to bring the same intensity, first of all, that's a good way to get hurt. So that's one good indicator. Now, this is separate from I've had a long day, maybe I worked a double shift and now I got to go do my workout. That's a little bit different than just mentally not being there or not being able to carry that intensity that you normally do. Not being focused, not fully paying attention or being intent on what you're doing is a solid indicator that it might be time for a little bit of a break. The second one is mentally, if you do just find yourself day after day after day kind of dreading going to the gym. Those are just some of the physical and mental sides that you're going to want to look for a deload. The next one is overall time period, right? So I recommend usually 8 to 10 or 10 to 12 weeks, depending on the intensity of your training. It's a good idea around the 7 or 8 week mark to really assess how well your body's holding up. I think 12 weeks is probably the most that you should go before implementing some sort of deload. So those are some of the main tips that, again, I recommend to my clients and I would recommend that you guys take a look at. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and continue to follow for more information. I'll be putting out videos every Wednesday that'll be very short, talking about nutrition, different types of training, and just all other things fitness related. So if you guys have any questions that you would like me to answer, please drop them in the comments below or feel free to message me directly and I'll be happy to answer them on one of these next What's Up Wednesdays. I appreciate you guys watching and I'll catch you next time.